Morning, everybody. My name is Jared O'Leary. I've been drumming since 1998, and I still got plenty of stuff to work on. Today, I'm practicing limb independence variations from this book. It's called 50 Ways to Syncopation by Don Moyle. Highly recommend this book. It's fantastic. It's got 50 different ways that you can work on limb independence. Now, in these practice streams, think of them like office hours. I'm here to practice. I'm here to try and improve and answer questions if people happen to have any in the chats. And if not, then I'm going to practice stuff I'm not good at yet. In all these over 500 live streams, there are timestamps in the description to show what I was practicing or what kind of a question I was answering. Speaking of questions that I answer, I often get questions about how to get better as a performer or how to get better as an educator. And because I've been drumming for so long and because I've been teaching since 2003 and I've taught every grade, kindergarten through doctoral student, I get a range of questions from beginner to more advanced stuff, and I often edit those and put them into this drumming tips playlist that has over 20 hours of drumming Q&A on a range of different questions like, let's see, why do some drummers use fingers and others use wrist? Or don't beat yourself up when this happens to you. That one's talking about mistakes or how to improve buzz rolls, etc. So there's a wide range of things. The title is the first thing I talk about, like improving your buzz rolls. And if it says, and other drumming tips, or and other teaching tips, then there are more topics inside of there besides that. If it doesn't say that, like this one just talks about how to develop limb independence on the drum kit. Pretty easy, right? Now, because I'm not good at limb independence yet, most of my drumming has been rudimental and concert percussion, I need Shia LaBeouf here to help motivate me, so that way I can get better, get good. I like to do this at the start of my drumming streams to just like not take it too seriously and, just have fun with it. So I'm going to hide Shia LaBeouf. He's here in spirit, don't you worry. And we are going to have him help motivate me to get better on the drums. Here we go, Shia. Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success. Well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it. I don't know what he's grabbing. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it. Almost lost it there. He spits. I'm not going to do that. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Wow, Shia LaBeouf. I'm so motivated to work on limb independence. One more flex for good luck. Why, hello to you. Okay, now I'm going to be using resources that are on my YouTube channel's home tab. If you go to the link that's at the top of the screen, jaredoleary.com/drum, it takes you to here. I've currently got 90 chop exercises. Like, there's a ton of shopping sprees in this playlist. A few of them released this morning. There's over 1,000 grid variations inside of here to work on, like, your cheeses, your flam drags, your book reports, whatever. This is where I'm practicing. I'll show you more of that here in a second. There's over 500 marching bass drum exercises. There's some drumline cadences in score format. There's almost 300 sight reading exercises. There's almost 500 technique exercises to like work on your double stops or your flams or your rolls or stick control or whatever. And then this playlist has over 20 hours of drumming Q&A. And then these are a bunch of scripted drumming lessons like how to play crossovers or how to play relaxed accent taps or how to hold traditional grip, etc. So a ton of free content inside of here. Now, occasionally there are some videos that'll pop up that say members first. Let me see if I can find one. The members first videos, there's like almost 600 of them, like this one. They're all scheduled to release for free. It might be in like 600 days because there's a new one that releases every single day, but it'll all come out for free. So there's nothing behind a paywall or anything. If you want early access, just click join underneath any one of my videos on YouTube, and then it's 99 cents, which is the cheapest price I can make it on YouTube, and it gives you early access to all like 600-ish videos. But I'm going to be practicing today in this section, the limb independence section. And I'm going to be switching between two different patterns. So the two different patterns that I'm playing are very similar. So 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So hi-hats on 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. My right foot is going to switch between two different patterns. The first one is a samba pattern, where you go and Baião, back to a samba, back to Baião. While I read through some charts with the snare drum. Okay, so the right foot is changing just a little bit while I read through these patterns. Now, this pattern is a straight pattern, so I'm going to go into the straight drum charts as opposed to the swung version. And I'm going to play this one fast. So I'm going to, I don't know, try it at 190. Sure. So I'm going to go inside of this from 160 to 240. If you want to go slow, you can go as slow as 40, by the way. So you do you. Whatever speed you're comfortable with, you can practice it there. In all of these limb independence playlists, towards the top, there's a video that says how to develop limb independence on the drum kit. It's got a series of steps that you follow from absolute beginner to more complicated stuff like I'm doing right now, where I'm switching between two different patterns. And then it's got this one, which is a edited version of a live stream that I did where I played 62 different limb independence variations with one single chart. Well, crash cymbals would I recommend for a mid-budget? I actually don't know, because I haven't bought crash cymbals in a long time. These are the most recent ones that I bought, and they're low-volume cymbals, so I would not gig with them. There's a reason why you can see my hands through them. It's because they got holes drilled into them. So they're great for practicing quietly. Same thing with these silent stroke heads by Remo. They're super quiet, but I'm not sure. I personally like the darker tones, so more of the German metals as opposed to like the Viennese or like the French sound, but to each their own. I also prefer a more hand-hammered sound. I'm combining the words, because it gives it like a richer set of overtones that's not too bright, in my opinion. But all that being said, whenever I am buying cymbals and have bought them in the past, I would go into like a Guitar Center or whatever music store you have locally and actually try them all out, because you'll find that like sometimes recordings, like if I use this mic right here that you can sort of see, so that microphone, the NT1000 by Rode versus this one, the SM7B, it's like completely different in terms of like how it sounds, the acoustic characteristics and qualities and whatnot. So I would highly recommend just going in person, and then just seeing what's in your budget and going with that. But look up like the different cymbal types. So like I mentioned, what is it? The French, the Italian, and the like the German. Like those have like different types of thicknesses of metal and different approaches. And then look into whether or not you would want to go for a hand hammered sound, which gives it a less uniform acoustic characteristics, versus like something that is like manufactured. Like I have a set of like Sabian cymbals and even the paste, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. But those like are not hand hammered, and I don't like them as much as like some of the other ones are. Like the Istanbul. But the problem is like they're way more expensive when they're hand hammered. But so I can't be more specific. Like buy this one. That's so weird. YouTube like blocked your comment, so like I zoomed in to like look at it to see like why. So I just approved it, but oh yeah, darker ones feel better. Yeah, I hear you. I don't know why YouTube blocked that. Okay, I mean I have it like on like strict content moderation because of all the trolls that I get. But that I don't know what you would have said that would have like triggered that in the algorithm to automatically block that. So weird. Anyways, all right, so I'm gonna switch between the samba for 4 bars and then the Baião for 4 bars while sight reading through some charts on the snare drum. And let me turn off the volume so I can hear it. It's gonna count off on my headphones. 2, 1, 2, ready, and okay. This is the samba. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and Okay, cool. This one's feeling comfortable. So far. We'll see, though. Here we go. Yeah, so like the dark cymbals, like I said, I really like. These are not dark cymbals at all. These are very bright for my taste. So I would not give it these. I forgot to switch to the Baião on the top line of that last chart. I'm so sorry. Here we go. Remember doing that book? Don Moyle's 50 Ways to Syncopation? Did you study at ASU? Sweet. Okay, so that was charts 1 through 5 from these charts that I've written on my home tab. So if you go to the home tab of YouTube, you can find all of the same things. But inside of here... Oh, you went to SUNY. Nice, nice. I have a friend who taught in SUNY Potsdam, music education. He's a professor there. His last name was also O'Leary. It was funny. We were both doctoral students at the same time. Unrelated to each other, and we both had the same last names. So we used to joke that we were cousins, because we, like, both did technology, music technology and stuff. So we'd, like, present together sometimes. It was fun. But the charts that I just used are in the limb independence section right here. So you can play along to them. There's currently 55 charts. I'm going to add more later this year, so stay tuned. I just got, write them. But there's enough to keep you busy for a while. Now I'm going to do a stretch and massage routine. So the stretch and massage routine that I'm going to do, you can actually find a video under this drumming lessons playlist. And if you scroll all the way down to here, this hand routine saved my drumming. This is what I'm going to go through. But there's some extra stretches and massages in here for like rotary motions, like if you do traditional grip or if you do Stevens grip for mount stuff. It's got some stretches for you for that, as well as a stretch for if you do a carrier. So if you march, there's a good one for that. But here we go. So first stretch that I'm going to do, stretches the sides of the forearms. I take my sticks, hold them in my palms facing up, pull in, push through. Ooh, it feels good. But yeah, if anyone's just joining, the limb independence patterns, where I'm getting them from is from Don Moyle's book, 50 Ways to Syncopation. Highly recommend it. It's a great book. Don Moyle teaches drum kit at Arizona State University. And he's a phenomenal drummer. And just a chill dude. Next, what I'm going to do is stretch the underside of the forearm. So I'm going to pull back like this. You could do it 2 at a time on the wall. The lower you go, the deeper the stretch. Just don't put all your weight into it. But I can't really do that in this setup. So after this, I'm going to do 2 different 16th note patterns. One is the Philly Joe way, and then another is just like a double time ride pattern. And I'm going to switch between them every 4 bars. But they are so similar enough, kind of like what I just did with the feet, that it's going to mess me up for a while because I haven't done it before. So it's going to be a little bit of a grind to get it to the point where, like what I was just doing, it actually feels comfortable. But we'll get there. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch to the top side of the forearm. So instead of going this way, just going this way. If you do this one on the wall, just be like a zombie. The higher you go, the deeper the stretch, and it allows you to do it 2 at a time. Or you could do it on your legs like this. Again, just don't put all your weight into it. You don't want to rip in the thing. And the final stretch before I get into the quick massage routine is thumb to thumb. It feels great on my thumb right now. I'm going to sit here with it for a while. You might need to spend more time on certain areas than me. That's because your anatomy is different than mine. Wow. Who would have thunk? Well, that one feels good too. Also depends on like what you've done to make your muscles tight in the last like 48 hours or so. Enjoy the ASMR. Drum, 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 drum. Another one. And pinky. Okay, so now I'm going to do a quick massage routine. So I'm going to do forearm, hand, fingers. So starting with the forearm, thumb is on top, fingers are underneath. Just kind of working my way up and down here. Do, 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 do. Switch. Okay. Forearms feel pretty good. So what I'm going to do now is massage the palm of the hand with the thumb, and then the fingers are going to massage the back side of the hand. I'm just going to kind of work my way around it. Making my way downtown. Copyright strike. Another one. Channel ban. Okay, so the last massage is the base to tip of each one of the fingers. So you just kind of wiggle your way from here to here. At least twice, maybe thrice, maybe fourice, maybe five. It just depends on how your fingers are feeling. So for me, at least twice is like a good number. Sometimes I'll do 3 or 4 if my finger is tight. But it doesn't take too long. And it just gets your hands nice and relaxed. So that way, when you are old like me, you can still play. Almost 30 years drumming now. And can still, hit drum, which is kind of a good thing. Okay, so actually, let me show you here. So the pattern that I'm going to work on, this is like a compilation of like all of the different patterns in Dom's book. So the one that I'm going to start with is pattern number 15. So it's a ride cymbal where the hi-hat and the swung pattern are double time, so straight swung, while reading short long snare on the short. Bass drum is playing the long notes, okay? So, and the last time I played this was what speed? 115, cool. So the other pattern that I'm going to switch to is pattern number 28. And this one, the last time I played it, was 110. So we'll try both of them at 110. But this one is similar. It's just, good morning, Jeffrey. How you doing today? It's like this. So the first pattern, pattern number 15, is a double time swung. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So the half note, or the half note, the upbeat is on the hi-hat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. There we go. And this is the Philly Joe way. Okay, so I'm going to switch between these while reading. Oh, that's gonna be so weird. Okay, so we're gonna do this with the charts. Now, at 110, I'm gonna go to the home tab. I'm gonna scroll down, past all this stuff. By the way, if you're a rudimental drummer like I am, I added a bunch of shopping sprees into here today. So there's now 37 shopping sprees in there, and there's like 90 videos for the chop-related stuff. So check those out if you're also a rudimental drummer. I just cosplay as a drum kit player. But inside of the limb independent section is where I'm practicing today. There's a ton of different sections on my home tab, literally over 2,000 like drumming resources for play-alongs and like drumming tips, etc. Over 20 hours of that. So click on each header and it shows you all of the different playlists inside of there. But I'm playing this at 110 and it's a straight drum chart. So 100 to 159 and straight, as opposed to the swung variations. It just changes what you hear in your headphones when working on this. If you haven't developed limb independence yet, watch this video, how to develop limb independence. If you don't know what ways to work on limb independence, watch this video. It shows you 62 ways to do it, using Dom's book and some other ones that I've come up with. Some of them, when I played this live on a stream, I did all 62 in like a little over 3 hours. So this is the edited version of it. But like some of them sound great, and some of them are like, Jared, you need to practice that more. So full disclaimer, still working on these. Now I'm going to play this at 110. So I'm going to go inside of the timestamps. All these thousands of play-alongs have timestamps, so you can jump to whatever BPM you want. It'll give you a few seconds to get yourself set up, and then it'll count off into here. Now what I'm going to actually do is just put on my headphones and put on a metronome on here, and I'm just going to like grind some of this out and practice switching back and forth between it. Once I start to feel comfortable with it, then I'm going to actually read through these charts using this new pattern. But I've never done this before, so this is not going to sound good yet. So the first pattern that I'm going to play is this into this much more open. But I'm going to do it every 4 bars instead of every 2. Yeah, so that's gonna be so weird. Let me just sit here and do that. Woo. Switching to the Philly Joe way, messing me up. So weird. This won't happen playing the 8th notes on the bass drum because it's playing long, but I'm just practicing this so I can just see how it feels and if I need to like sit there and grind it out. Now what I want to do is I want to try just like reading through a line with one of the patterns, and then hopefully being able to switch over to the other one. So I'll start with the double time swung on this first line right here. And then on the next line, what I'm going to do is the Philly Joe way. And I'm just going to keep alternating them. So I'm going to do double time, Philly Joe, double time, Philly Joe, double time, Philly Joe. And then I'll stick with the Philly Joe, so that way I start with Philly Joe, double time. So I'm just going to basically flip what I was just working through. That's the goal. Once I can actually like get through this chart this way, then I'll actually turn on the play along on YouTube and just go through all 5 of these, and then another set of 5, another set of 5, etc. So I can just like sit here and work on it for a while, because this is my first time trying this. So wish me luck. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. supposed to be on the bass. Okay, so now I'm going to just restart, but I'll start with Billy Joe. Okay, that actually felt better than I thought it would. So I'm going to stop the metronome on here, and now I'm going to actually just play through the play along. So it's going to go through 5 charts in my headphones with a play along, and I'm going to play along to it. Short note on snare, and long notes on the bass drum. This is the first pattern I'll play, a double time swung. Hi-hat is on the upbeat. And then I'll switch to this Philly Joe variation. Go on, and I'll just keep going back and forth. That's the goal, at least. That's out of bass drum. Unsub. Okay, cool. Chart number 7. Again, switching between this double time swung and this Philly Joe away. They're so similar enough, but it messes with me. Only the ride is changing. Here we go. Switch. Ah! Now, it's shaky right now, but this is where you gotta sit with it until it starts to get comfortable. So I'm gonna play through probably at least 15 charts just doing this, switching the back and forth between it, and by the time I get to the end of it, it's gonna sound way better than it does right now. 1, 2, here we go. There's only like a little mental mistake that I made, and I was like, wait! But otherwise, it felt okay. Not comfortable yet. A 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. Cool. Okay, so starting with the 8th notes feels weird. So this chart 10 is gonna be good for practicing that. Switching back and forth between the double time and this like halftime feel. It's funky. Yeah, so it's specifically going into the double time, which is interesting. Like at first it was switching from this double time feel into this halftime feel, the Philly Joe way. And that felt weird. But now it's while playing 8th notes. This feels weird. So let me do like this first measure. I'm just gonna keep looping it, and I'll do like a bar of time right before it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, so I'll do 1 bar of the double time swung, and then 2 bars of the Philly Joe way, and then 2 bars, 2 bars, 2 bars. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, why can't I do that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's so weird. It's messing with my brain. I'm gonna keep looping this. So, still the same 2-bar idea. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why do I keep putting it on the downbeat? 1, 2, 3, 4, is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is new. Let me actually turn on a metronome. There we go. No. Here, I thought it was okay. No. 2, ready, and 2, ready, and Hey. See if we can get it again. I can't speak. Okay. Let's try it with another set of charts. So, I'm going to try and get through at least 10 more charts here. And I'm going to go back again to the home tab. That was chart 6 through 10. So, I'm going to scroll down in the limb independent section. And I'm going to do the next set of 5 charts. I'm still going to play this at 110, but I want to practice sight reading different charts on here. Now, the thing that I'm doing right now is alternating between 2 different limb independence variations every 4 bars. You could also practice it every 8 bars, or even every bar if you wanted to. But for me, I'm just trying to practice transitioning in and out of these different to get it so that it feels comfortable. You would not switch that often, most likely, in the music that you would actually be gigging on, but this is just a way to practice it, so it's every 4. You might do, like, every 8th bar is a different variation, like as a fill, or as, like, a hit. Or you might do, like, every 8 bars you switch to a different pattern, or every 16 bars, or maybe even, like, every, like, full one of these charts, like, switch to a different one. But this is just for practice purposes. But if you're like, I can't even get this limb independence variation down, back in all these limb independence playlists, this video, How to Develop Limb Independence, shows you from the very beginning, the very first step. And I've demonstrated these live on stream, like, a year ago. Some of these patterns I couldn't even play, like, at all. So if you follow the steps that are outlined in here, it'll show you how to do that. So that way you can develop limb independence, and it's easier than you think it is. Just takes practice. So I'm going to go to 110 again. I'm going to let it count off, and I'm going to switch between those 2 different patterns. 1, 2, 1, 2. The double time swung. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hi-hats on the upbeat the entire time. Only thing that changes is the ride to this halftime straight swung. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and right there. Yeah, so that was a reading error hooked on phonics. Didn't work for me. Rather than a coordination error. So that's good. Billy Joe, halftime song. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here you go. Cool. This is already feeling more comfortable. Yay! I say, and then I'm gonna have myself. It happens. Oh, 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. Oops. I forgot to switch. Wake up. Get that left foot on autopilot if you're trying to do this one. Just upbeats the entire time. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, ready, and. Weird. Oops. Okay, cool. Most of it is like focus issues, where I'm just like reading it wrong because I'm not paying attention. Cause I'm constantly monitoring the chats. 1, 2, ready, and. Cool. All right, so charts 11 through 15, not too shabby. Okay, so I'm actually gonna go up a few clicks. Brave adventurer, I know, but you know why? It's because I'm gonna do +7 energy, so we can go up 7 clicks faster. Okay. So I'm going back to the home tab. This is where you can find these 55 drum charts. But wait, there's more. There's all the chop stuff, the grid stuff, marching bass drum stuff, drum line cadences, sight reading, technique, over 20 hours of drumming Q&A, and scripted lessons on specific topics. So check those out if you're new. And if you're like, why would I listen to you? Because I've been drumming for almost 30 years, and because I have a bachelor's, master's, PhD in music education. So I've taught every grade, kindergarten through doctoral student. So a range of teaching experience, like also teaching computer science education, music education, percussion, band, general music, music technology, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, inside of here is where I'm practicing limb independence, and I'm doing straight charts still, and I'm doing it at 117 because I just did +7 energy. That was 11 through 15, so I'm just going to go to the next set of charts. There's 55 in here, so that way you can just like cycle through them. By the time you get to the end, you'll have already forgotten the very first one, and so you go back to the top, and you just work through it again. That way you practice sight reading, and not just getting comfortable with one chart every single time. For all these play-alongs, you can go faster than I am, and you can go slower than I am. Every click in between. Some go as slow as 20, and some go as fast as 240. There's April 1st, there's on April Fool's Day one that's coming out that is going to be 1 BPM. So stay tuned for that. Alright, this is going to require more of my brain power. Switching from this to this halftime feel. 1, 2, wish me luck. 2, here we go. Definitely requiring more of my brain to play it 7 clicks faster, but, you know, to be expected. Oh, 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. Cool. By the way, on the top line here, you can solo. If you want to practice comping, what do you want to do? Vamping? Or just play the ostinato. And the ostinato is the part that repeats. So the cymbals in this case, this is the ostinato. This right here. Okay. So 4 bars of double time. And then 4 bars of Philly Joe, which is his halftime feel in the ride. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and. Oops. Cool, last chart. This actually is going way better than I thought it was going to. Switching between these. They're so similar, but they feel so different. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Oh no! No! It's just like that Murphy's Law of like, when I was like up here on the vamping part, and I was just like, yeah, this like feels better than I thought it would. And then it took me like 6 bars to like get back on when the ride was all wonky. Whoops. Okay. That was a little rough. I'm gonna actually do another 5 charts because I want my brain to process it some more. So I'm just gonna go to charts 21 through 25. And we'll do it again at 117. Which is fast, like, for what I played this. Like, the first pattern, I was playing it at 115 previously, And then the Philly Joe pattern, the second one that I switched to, I've been playing at 110, so this is faster than normal. And I'm playing two completely different patterns. I probably shouldn't talk during a count off. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Offbeat on the hi-hat. Switching right here to that halftime feel. Keeping the offbeat on the hi-hat. 2, 1, 2, here we go. Flip my mouse over, it keeps like getting all wiggly. And it brings up that little bar at the bottom of the screen. 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. Cool. I don't want to, like, give myself a pat on the back, because then it'll sound bad. It's like walking one of our dogs. Whenever we give him a praise, like, all of a sudden he's just like, no, I can be bad. No. Late on that transition. So sorry. And you'll notice that last chart was actually written in 3/4 in terms of the groupings rhythmically between the short and the long. So that one feels a little weird while switching every 4 bars. 2, ready, and... Yay, last chart. As long as I don't completely have myself, which could happen. Stay tuned. My stick went under the cymbal. It did that like 8 charts ago as well. 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Oops, I read that wrong. Okay, so that was fun. It went better than I thought it would. So if you're like just tuning in, you're like, what were you doing? Every 4 bars I was switching between 2 different limb independence patterns. One was a double time swung. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hi-hats on to the to the upbeat. And then I'd switch to half time 16th note swung while reading short notes, so 8th notes on the snare, and anything longer than that on the bass drum. That is a fun way that you can work on limb independence. If you're like, yeah, but how do I get to that point? Well, it's called practicing. So if you go to the Home tab, under the limb independence section, any one of these playlists, like this first one, has at the top how to develop limb independence on the drum kit. And then this one right underneath it, which shows you 62 different ways that you can work on limb independence with any of the charts or any of these permutation exercises. So just go to the beginning here and follow from step 1 all the way up to what I was doing, which is like step 7, where you're making things more musical and you're switching back and forth between limb independence patterns. But when you start, you're just starting with like 2 limbs. So start here, step 1, work your way through it, and then check out the patterns in Dom's book or inside of here to learn some more. Now, I, as I mentioned, am a rudimental and then concert percussionist. And then less than 1% of my time has been on like drum kit and whatnot. So if you go to the technique section, there's actually a playlist that is great for like working on double bass, which I like have a double bass pedal now, so I want to actually work on that. You love to check it out? Yeah. So Home tab is where you want to find it, because if you go to my video tab, there's literally thousands of like drumming videos. Like today I released 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos. So don't go to the Home tab, or don't go to the video tab, go to the Home tab, and then just click on any one of these headers, whether it's the chop stuff, the grid stuff, limb independence, whatever, and then it expands and shows you more. But if you want like more tips on how to practice this stuff, there's over 20 hours of me responding to questions on these live streams in just this playlist alone, and then this one is like the scripted stuff that's like, here's a very specific lesson on how to hold traditional grip, or why metronomes are overrated, etc. So Home tab is where you want to go. But I'm going into the technique section, and I'm just going to work on my feet. So my feet are not good yet. So to work on my technique, I'm going to switch between 2 different variations of foot technique. So one is with heel down. It's kind of like Pac-Man. That's what I've been primarily using while reading through all these charts. And then the other is where the heel is up. So this gives you more power, a little bit more speed, but I lack control with it because I have not practiced it yet. So I'm going to keep switching back and forth between them, using one of these technique playlists, specifically endurance and speed playlist. It currently has 70 videos inside of here, but there's hundreds more of in the technique section. But in this endurance and speed exercises, I started really slow with a chug variation. If I scroll down a bit, chug with hertas. But right now, I'm actually going to start it at 70. So I'm finally like 10 clicks faster than where I started with this. But if you are worse at double bass than I am, you can start as slow as 20. And if you are better at double bass than I am, you can go as fast as 160. Just play the exercise with your feet, jam along to it. The exercise, by the way, is this. So eventually I want to get it to my hand speed, but I'm not there yet. Okay, so in the timestamps, by the way, that's how you jump to whatever BPM you want. So I want to play this from 70, and I'm going to go all the way up to 80, and we'll see how that sounds. Click on a 0 or a 5 for one of the BPMs, and it gives you a few seconds to get yourself set up. 2, and 2, heel down. Now heel up, so I'm changing the technique so I can work on a different technique. 2, da 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 da. Switching back to heel down, 2, and 2, And by the way, for the limb independent stuff that I was doing earlier, that video that shows you how to develop it, and then all of those charts and all those permutations and stuff, literally everything you would need. You don't need to buy a book. You don't need to buy an app. You don't need to sign up for lessons or a course, etc. Just follow the steps in there, and I promise it will help you develop it. If you don't believe me, just go back to streams from like a year ago or a year and a half ago when I first started some of those limb independence patterns. Some of them were terrible. And then if you fast forward to now, I can actually play all 62 of them competent enough to actually read through some charts and whatnot. Some obviously better than others, but you know, that's why I'm still practicing. That was heel down. Let's do heel up. Heel down, 2. You hear that bird fly by? It made a cawing sound while I was playing. Imagine I was actually streaming in like an open field. It's just like 2 small walls, and then I'm just in the middle of like a cornfield or something. 2, heel up, 2. Heel down. This is, by the way, 16 clicks faster than I was like 2 weeks ago. So is this slow? Yes, but progress is tangible. 1, 2, heel up. A little extra note for fun. 1, heel down. Heel up. And 2. Yeah, so the technique and the rhythms are starting to fall apart a little bit with the heel up in particular, but that's to be expected. Again, 2 weeks ago, if you like rewind back to previous streams, I started at 60, and like 70 was like rough. We just got to 80, and it was way better than it was like even when it was slower previously. So these little efforts each day pay off over time. You just got to be patient with it. But I'm going to go back to that endurance and speed playlist. Again, it's in my home tab. Scroll down to the technique section. I'm going to do another variation. I'm going to do it even faster than this to really push my legs to play faster. So under the technique section, endurance and speed. And this is going to be Chug with singles and hertas. So I scroll down here. This one. And I'm going to start at 80. Really try and push my limits. Because I'm not good at it yet, let's just start with the heel up. And it'll count off in my headphones. And 2. And wish me luck. Woo! Heel down. Rough. And 2. Still not great, but progress is being made. Heel up. No! Oh, it's so fast for now. Oh my, last time. Heel up. 2. Not gonna happen. Okay, my legs are tired. I know what it's gonna take to get it so like I can like play these quick or the hertas or whatever. And I'm making that progress. So, like, I'm motivated by it. But if you're, like, newer to practicing, like, if you're a beginner or intermediate and you haven't, like, developed the skills yet in other areas and you're, like, just starting this, it might feel like a slog and feel like, it's never going to get better. It will. Just give it time. Each day. Little efforts. Pay off over time. Like, already playing it way better than it started. 20 clicks slower than this. So, that was only a couple weeks ago. If you go to my home tab, is where you can find more than you'll ever need to learn how to drum. Inside of this playlist is where I've responded to the different questions on chat. So there's over 20 hours of drumming Q&A on here, from beginner stuff like how to work on your buzz rolls to more advanced stuff like whether or not it's worth it to get a doctorate in music education. There's like a 15-minute video of me answering that question because I have a PhD in music education for context. So everything in between in terms of difficulty, beginner, intermediate, advanced, whatever. Inside of the drumming lessons playlist is a very focused, like 2 minutes or so lesson on like how to hold traditional grip or how to take care of your hands or how to recover after practicing, etc. So check those 2 sections out for tips and lessons that I've learned from literally world championship like snare drummers, some phenomenal marimba players like percussionists, etc. I paid a lot of money to learn those things, and they're free on here. So enjoy. For all the other sections, you got to click on the header to actually show it. So the thing that I was just playing through was in the endurance and speed exercises. But when you click on the header for the technique, it expands and it shows you all these other different playlists inside of here. So there's a ton of content to work on your technique. There's sight reading stuff, although I think these are scheduled to release in November, I think. So stay tuned for that. I've got like almost 600 videos that are scheduled to release over the next 600 or so days. Any of those members' first ones will come out for free, I promise. Every one of them. There's drumline cadences. There's marching bass drum stuff. This is where I was practicing mostly today. Grid variations. There's over 1,000 of those. If you want to work on a rudiment, I got you covered. You can work on your diddles, your flams, your cheeses, your chut cheeses, your book reports, your buzzes, whatever. Lots of variations to keep you entertained. And then there's currently 90 chop exercises in here, like cheesy poofs or like RCC's Mori spree, etc. Thank you for the sub. But the home tab is where you want to find all this stuff. Another place that you can go where it's organized neater than I can on YouTube is the link at the top of each one of the videos or at the top of the screen, jaredoleary.com/drum. This is just my website. It's the same content. It's just organized neater. So like here's Flamus, here's the cheesy poofs variations, here's all the grid stuff, the limb independent stuff. Like this just looks better than what I can do on YouTube because turns out I can adjust the HTML to make it look better than I can on YouTube. So go there if you want it. There's also some bonus stuff that I can't put on YouTube, like this percussion dictionary. When you go to here inside of the tips and lessons, it's like, well, if I don't know what this word is, I can go to here and then, oratio means prayer. So you'll make it prayer-like if you have that in yours. Or poco means little, etc. So there's a lot of definitions in here if you're interested in that. I feel like you're a great writer. Do I struggle at anything playing drums? Yeah, I struggle at a lot of things playing the drums. In these like live stream sessions, like if you go into this playlist, if you like scroll back like a long time ago, there's like a few hundred of them. But if I go back, I don't know, several months ago, and we go to like a drum kit stream, if I pull up the drumming progress journal on here, like some of these like are not good. Pull it up. So like if you look right here, pattern number 36, 38, 39, 39.1, 40, and then all of these are either meh or needs a lot of work. So this was like a way to keep track of it. But if I go to the progress journal now and I pull those up, now they're all like technically proficient or musical. And it's because I've sat there and like grinded these out. So I struggle with a lot of things playing the drums, but I've been playing for almost 30 years. So I have a lot of things that I'm good at. But because I crashed. Nice. Crashed. Nice. Okay, looks like the stream may have reconnected. But basically what I was saying is like from freshman year when I was really terrible to getting that quarter note cowbell part up until like, let's say senior year where I got a full ride in percussion performance. The difference is I practiced like several hours a day and I was able to study with some people who are like really good. So I had that advantage. So if you want like tips on like, well, what are the things I practiced? What did I listen for? How did I practice, etc.? The drumming lessons has some of those. And then there's over 20 hours of like different questions that people have asked on the streams, like dynamics and drumline, or like how to improve your flams, or why I let my finger hang out over on the stick, etc. Like there's a ton of tips in here, over 20 hours of that. But I also shared my struggles of like the mistakes that I've made, the like things that I wasn't good at, like that cowbell part, etc. So if you go to the live streams, you can see me make all those mistakes. They're public. Like I'm comfortable making them because I have a long enough CV that like I don't care. Like if you come in here and say I suck at teaching or suck at drums, well, my CV says otherwise. My abilities say otherwise. Do I suck at this thing that I'm playing? Yeah, that's why I'm practicing it, etc. So with that experience and time comes that confidence. So if you are newer to drumming and you're like, I don't really have confidence in it, well, I've been playing for almost 30 years. I've been teaching since 2003. So it just takes time to develop. You can do it. But if anybody has questions, you can stop into these live streams or just ask them on my like videos on any one of these. I do respond to all of them as long as you're not a troll. If you're a troll, then I just block you and I don't even respond because it's just a waste of my time. I'd rather spend my time like making more content rather than responding to people who are doing nothing with their lives. So to each their own though. But anyways, I'm going to call it here, and I'm going to get ready for Yakuza Like a Dragon. It's my first time playing through it, but the game is very goofy and also very serious at the same time. It's fun. I like that contrast. It's very Japanese, if anyone watches anime. It's like heavily inspired by it, at least in terms of the vibe. So yeah, I'll be doing that in probably about 15 or 20 minutes because I got to rearrange everything. Tomorrow, I'll be back on pad and working on my hands and technique and whatnot. But I think I have a conflict. It might be a short... Oh, no, that's on Friday. Okay, never mind. On Friday, I have a conflict that's going to prevent me from doing the gaming stream. I'm like hosting a virtual computer science education conference, so I won't be here on Friday for that. But anyways, I'm rambling. If you enjoy these free resources, share it with somebody else. If you don't enjoy these free resources, share it with an enemy. Either way, it helps me out. Thanks for your advice. You sub? You're not a troll? No, I appreciate you. Most of the trolls just come in here and I immediately know they're a troll because they're just like mocking my appearance or whatever, or just calling me names or like saying, you suck at drums. Or it's like, okay. I actually ended up making a video about it. But if you go to the drumming lessons, inside of here, there's a video that is, I'm a pro drummer, but practice like a beginner. Why? And these comments on here are actual comments that I've received. And some of these are actually watered down, like this one. is a watered down version of it. They actually got really political as well, and they wrote like multiple paragraphs about how much I was a horrible drummer. So watch this video if you're like curious of my responses to it. But anyways, it's called I'm a Pro Drummer but Practice Like a Beginner, and it's under the Drumming Lessons playlist. I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I'm gonna get ready for gaming. So goodbye.